Hello, this is Barefoot Benny, and we're analyzing today Josh. He is running in Central Park on crisp November morning. We're running on the reservoir, on the outside of the reservoir, the bridle path, technically, because it's a little bit rockier, and we want to focus on pulling that foot up underneath the hip a little bit quicker, getting that foot off the ground a lot faster. So it's not lagging behind and he's not pushing off with too much weight. So what we're looking for again is fast pull, quick steps. And I'm gonna pause it right here. The problem in this first video is that he's scared to land. As you can see right here, his toes are pointing down. He's plantar flexing his foot, which means he's basically scared to land. He doesn't want to land with the full force of his body, so he's sticking one leg out. When you do that, you initiate that braking motion, so he's actually going to be slowing himself down. Let's check it out. So now he has weight bearing on that front right foot, but unfortunately his hips are all the way back here. Thankfully his leg is coming forward, so he should be imposed in about 2 frames, which isn't bad. But again, he's scared to land. You can see his toes are a little bit up right now. Foot slams on the ground. Again, the weight is behind him, but it's a good sign that this right foot is now coming forward a little bit more. So, boom, he's imposed. He should be pulling this front left foot up directly underneath that hip. Let's see what happens. Let's see how long he leaves it on the ground. We want to see this leg being pulled like immediately. It's still on the ground, toes are still on the ground, and this foot's about to land. Now it's finally off, both feet off the ground. That is what running is, both feet off the ground. And again, pointing those toes down, scared to land. Not the most efficient way to run. Not awful, but it's a fear thing. You just got to work on that a little bit more with that landing. Really quick pull. All right, let's check it out. Again, same thing. He's running downhill. He's running a little bit faster. I told him to keep his head up, his chest up, not really focus on the ground at all. So let's see what happens. So we have almost imposed right here. You can see his head is jutting out a little bit forward. It's not too bad. He has to maintain a relaxed upper body also. If things get too rigid, it's going to affect what he's doing down here in his legs. So a little bit of a push off, not bad. Both feet are off the ground, and there's no weight on there yet, and this leg's already coming forward. Now there is weight, but he's almost back in pose. That's really good. It's about 1 frame out of pose. That's awesome. So he's in pose right now. Support leg is bent. His right leg is bent. Chest is up. Head is up. Weight is on the ball of his foot, and he's going to be pulling that right leg up underneath his hip as soon as he can. Again, he's not looking down. He's looking straight ahead. He's not going to have to worry about what this foot is going to do. His toes are pointing up a little bit. You want to maintain a relaxed ankle. So now we have weight, and that leg is already coming forward. So this is actually pretty good form. Let's start it back from the beginning. Actually, let's check out his running in real time, going downhill. That's pretty fast. That's a solid clip. That's probably under 9-minute miles. He's cruising. That's pretty sweet. Let's watch it one more time. That's great form, Josh. Let's watch it one more time. It's pretty. Always focus on that pull. Don't worry about what where you're landing at all. And let's check it out in real time. There's another pass at it. A little bit slower of a pace. He's looking down at the ground a little bit worried about what he's going to step on. Let's cut to it right about here. We get a little bit of a glare. Such a beautiful Saturday morning. Alright, so we'll start in pose position. Should be pulling this right leg up underneath the hip. Maintain that lean from the ankle, so important. And looks like he's almost landing, but this foot is still on the ground. I want to get that up a little bit sooner. Boom, he's bearing weight, this leg is coming forward. You can see the head's down a little bit, looking down. About a frame and a half out of pose position, that's pretty good. You're looking for a frame or less. 0 frames would be great. But yeah, you want just try to think a little bit. Looks like he might be pulling a little bit too much with that hip. It's still kind of tough to tell, and he's still pointing those toes down on that landing. Still a little bit scared about what's to come. But overall not too bad. You really want to focus not on taking small steps, but on pulling that foot faster and not as hard, depending on how high you want to go. So let's watch it in real time again. So you can see he's taking a couple peaks down. Overall, because he is taking smaller steps, his form is going to be good. And because he's taking he's probably doing more than 180 steps per minute, he's going to be able to use the ground reaction force, that springiness in his step, and that's really going to allow him to use a lot less muscular effort than if he was going at the same pace but taking longer strides. So he's able to use the ground kind of as a trampoline. Overall, it's pretty good form. I like what I saw the best in that second video when you were going downhill. Just do not worry about the landing at all. Just focus on really pulling that foot up, leaning from that ankle, and just having a good time. Signing off, Barefoot Benny.